What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video by Helmet to Helmet 49ers podcast. I'm your host, JT, and my co-host is my dad.
What's happening?
First, don't forget to like.
And subscribe.
Okay, now let's get into it. I wasn't planning to make a podcast today, but some big news happened.
Emergency podcast.
Yes.
Oh my God. I've been looking forward to this every day. Every morning I wake up, look at the news to see something popped up.
And Nick Bosa signed.
Oh my God. The stress has been released because I've been stressing about this. We both have. Waiting. How long is it going to take? Is he going to miss a regular season game? Is our Super Bowl aspirations down the toilet? You know, he's so important to the defense, huh? So what did Bosa? Bosa broke the bank on the Niners. You know, I mean, my God, what were the specs on the contract?
It was 5 years, $170 million, $122.5 million guaranteed.
Ooh, that guy's a rich man. Geez, 5 years, huh? And then I read later on that it actually is not taken over this year's contract. It doesn't start this year. It starts after the season. So officially, it's actually he'll be with us for 6 more years. So he's still going to play on the 5th-year option, which is about a little over 18 mil for the 1 year, fully guaranteed. So that's good for him. That's like 180 something million bucks. Wow. So sigh of relief. We are good. Bosa is back. What do you think about him? What he's going to do in the game? Shanahan was saying unless he has a beer belly, he's going to be playing the game. But how much is he going to play?
I'm not sure what a good amount of snaps are. Maybe is 20 a good amount?
Well, how about percentage-wise? How many? Half of the snaps? Half of the defense?
Yeah, I think half the snaps is good.
Yeah, I mean, I think he'll be great, especially passing downs. I mean, he's great at run and pass. That's the great thing about Bosa. But if you really want that third down pass rush, bring him in on those, particularly those, right? So this is really good news for all the 49er faithful. It's been stressing to see. People are saying, trade Bosa. You know, what are the Niners doing? They should be fired. Not signing Bosa early, but it got done, and he's going to get paid, what, $34 million a year on average? Oh, my God.
I think we just decided to pay him.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, we just decided to pay him, he won that much amount, but we wanted to pay him less. But we just decided he was worth it, I think. Then
I guess so. I mean, that's like almost $3 million over Aaron Donald. That is like a big jump. Okay, sure. If that's what the Niners want to do, that's cool with me. All right. Other news, right? Besides that, smaller news, something you're interested in. I know you are really interested in team captains, right? Last year you were really into who was going to be chosen and try to guess who was. This year, any surprises to you?
well, at first I was surprised that Bosa didn't make the captains. Like what you said, if a player doesn't play in the regular season, he's not gonna be a team captain.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, so Bosa is not a captain. Oh, let's just go down the line. Who made captains? How many are there?
6.
All right.
So it
Who
was
do we got?
Trent Williams, Brock Purdy, who is a new captain. So is Deebo Samuel, Eric Armstead, George Kittle, and what the last one was? Oh yeah, I forgot.
I'm blanking too. Oh man, Kittle. You said Kittle, right?
Yeah, Kittle, Trent Williams, Deebo, Brock Purdy, Armstead.
Warner, Fred Warner.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we both brain farted there. So yeah. So this, which one surprised you? You said Was it Debo's
Yeah,
new or?
Debo. I wasn't expecting him to be a captain. I kind of thought Ayuk might be a captain instead of Debo.
Mhm.
But I guess they chose Debo, but that's fine with me.
And after that great year he had in 21, uh, if it wasn't for the contract extension problem that we had with Debo, I bet you he would have been captain that year. But with all the problems that caused with the contract, I don't. Yeah, it's hard to become a captain when you're holding out, just like Bosa did. So he didn't become captain either. He lost his captainship. For me, the surprise, Debo was a surprise too, but Purdy, now that surprised me. Um, the guy's only played 8 games. Usually, to be a captain, I always thought you needed a great track record, like years of great play and leadership. And for him to play half a year and get a captainship out of that, that's not typical. Maybe because Bosa fell out of the captain's thing, that they pulled the next person up and Purdy was going to be it. I guess I don't know. That's just my assumptions. CMC was also maybe somebody that could have gotten it too. We were thinking
We
about,
just
right?
have too many good players.
We
We
do.
can't choose.
It's a good problem to have. All right. So those were the captains for the 2023 season. Next up, you want to talk about some injuries and updates and how the players are doing who have been injured.
So George Kittle is limited. Talanoa Hufanga was limited today. Jordan Mason, Ray McLeod, Jake Moody, and Tashawn Gibson, and
Hmm.
Owen Burks.
Yeah, there's a good amount of injuries, and a lot of them just popped up. Well, some of them did. Popped up recently, like Hufungas, Moody's, Masons, um, but most of them are, like you said, limited, right? So that's good. We're getting the players back in time so they can actually play game one. Compared to the Steelers, you looked at the injury list over there for the Steelers, and there's pretty much everybody's fine. Pretty much, nobody's like out. So, hopefully we have a full roster. We can go in and go into Pittsburgh and get that win in week one. All right. So speaking of week one, we're getting the first game of the season.
Yeah, we haven't done a preview in a while.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's been a long time, not since the playoff game. But yeah, my God, finally is here. Preseason's over, training camp, OTAs, all those things are over, and we're finally gonna get our first Niner game on Sunday. This is pretty exciting. We have Super Bowl aspirations, so
Yes, if Purdy can play as well as he did last year, then well, if everyone does actually, then I think we can definitely at least make it to the Super Bowl.
oh man, that's some that's a tall order. Yeah, I
Because it's a whole season.
like we said, like I've said many times, and probably everybody said, as long as we stay healthy, we have the talent, we got the skill. We could do it, but we just need to stay healthy for the most part. You know. So, all right, what are some of the who are some of the players that you are looking forward to um, in this first game of the season?
I want to see Javon Hargrave's debut since we spent a lot of money on him.
Yeah, man, we spent so much money on that guy, right? And he was supposed to team up with Bosa to create this awesome tandem,
Well, he
inside
will.
and out. Exactly. Now that Bosa is signed, we can actually put these two together, make an explosive combination. That is a great player. You're right. I would love to see how he's gonna fit in and wreak havoc against the other offense quarterback. For me, I am looking to Ayuk. There's been so much hype so much hype in the off season about how good Ayuk has been looking and in the practices, and nobody can cover him. He's catching everything. Let's see if that really translates when the real game starts and the real bullets fly, and see how Ayuk does. I really hope he can up his game to the next level.
I also want to see how the secondary is lined up. Like maybe Lenore can move to the slot,
That's what they're talking about.
and then Amber Thomas goes outside, and then Oliver's a backup. I don't know.
Yeah, I know that's totally true. There's all this talk, and yeah, there's all this talk about the secondary and the changes that they're planning on making. Basically, because Isaiah Oliver didn't, look as good as we hoped to be the slot. Now they're scrambling to try and replace him with Lenore in the slot and moving him uh, inside as a slot corner when there's a slot receiver, but when there isn't, then he's playing outside. Lenore's playing outside corner. So it seems like a big mess. I hope they get their best people out there and play their best. So yeah, that will be very interesting to see how their secondary um, rolls out there when the game comes. Um, for me, another player, Cleveland Farrell, very interested in see how he will do. It seems like he has won the starting job opposite of Bosa, um, I believe. But with Bosa playing maybe half the game, I don't know how the whole defensive end is going to rotate. Is Farrell's going to just back up Bosa and come in half the time, or Austin Bryant and Drake Jackson going to play the other side? Don't know. But Cleveland Farrell's been looking really good against the run and pass. Um, what's his sack celebration?
It's him fishing and reeling the fists.
Ah, yes, I like that. Can't wait to do that celebration. Anybody else you looking forward to for the game?
I'm very nervous about Jake Moody and Colton McKivitz. First of all, Jake Moody's been missing quite a lot of field goals and extra points.
And that was before he got injured.
Yeah.
So now he's going to come right off of an injury, barely, because they still don't know if he's going to play, right? And
then Colton McKivitz, he's like basically a rookie because he's like never barely played.
yeah, he hasn't started many games. So yeah, that is a little nerve wracking. So for me, one other player, CMC. The guy was electric last year for us. What a trade! What a acquisition. How is he going to do? He looked great. He's barely done any practicing. I mean, played preseason or anything like that. They've really bubble wrapped him to save him, and he's looked great. And I think he'll play great. But will he even be better than last year? Can he be 1,000-yard rusher and 1,000-yard receiver? Is that possible with CMC this coming season? I don't know, but it's going to be fun watching CMC do his thing. All right, so we're going to talk about the outcome of the game. Me and you, Niner fans.
Yes. So we both have the same predictions.
Yeah.
On the score, and I think it's gonna be 21-7, and so it's my dad.
21-17.
17, sorry,
Yes, 21-17. Yeah, it's gonna be a close game, I think, and not too high scoring because, at least our offense is. I don't know. Usually comes out a little slow, so I wouldn't say we're going to light it up on offense, and hopefully our defense will take care of the Steelers' offense and to kind of stifle them, huh? So hopefully it might be a low scoring, close game. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna come down to the wire. We're probably gonna be so nervous, but we'll eventually win.
Yeah, and thank goodness Bosa signed, and even if he just plays half the snaps, I think that's very helpful, and there'll be a lot of attention that the Steelers will give Bosa, so that will help the whole defense, coverage, linebackers, the people on the defensive line. Yeah. All right. Cool. So Niners win 21-17.
Yes.
That's our call.
Well, that wraps up for today's podcast. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and goodbye.